Hey, Mrs. Fox, Tamara, self-concept. Yeah, you're the first one. You're even here before me. Greetings from bathtub. Hey, Melissa. How are you guys? I forgot your name, I'm sorry. Hey, self-concept by Stevie. I forgot your name, I'm sorry. Hey, sorry. Hey, freedom vibes with Alma. Hello from Greece. How are you guys? Please tell me your name again. Happy face with hearts. Hey Lisa, did you cut your hair? Looks really nice. No, I didn't. I just put some oil and Amina. Yes. Nice to meet you, Amina. Hai, dă-te mami. Taka is. Du-te sus în pătuță. I just discovered my SP was hanging out with a friend and me last year at the same time, and we are. Yes. Thank you for the sleigh, Mrs. Fox. Wait. Yeah, my dogs are gonna play. I know. Okay, we have chips. Let's start working. Of course, with a cigarette. Why not? Both disappointed because... So I just discovered my SP was hanging out with a friend and me last year at the same time. And we are both disappointed because we weren't friends at that time. And we both are in love with him, but she says it and she doesn't know I also like him. I don't know what to do. Sorry, it doesn't matter. What do you mean what to do? It doesn't matter that your friend also likes him. You have to deal with your own life. Your life is your priority, so you don't care about what your friend does or what your friend says, and you don't care about the circumstances. You decide that if I want him, he's mine to have. Otherwise, why would I want him in the first place? No, Marta Connor, I just started. I went to the dentist today, and because of my jaw, I need to have braces, but it's 13,000. Don't worry yourself, you get the money. Don't worry, everything will work out. You know that even in moments when you didn't believe everything would work out, it still worked out in the end. How do I let go if unfavorable circumstances, but this is the only man I want? So, unfavorable circumstances are only there because you put them there. And this is not a blame game, but they're just circumstances. It's like circumstances are just like someone coming and telling you something and you don't agree with it. It's just an opinion. So you draw your opinion from what the circumstance has. You draw your conclusion. So you think the circumstance is unfavorable because you do believe that the circumstance has the power to stop your manifestation, when actually it doesn't. You're bigger than any circumstance. So that's how you let go of unfavorable circumstances, by understanding there nothing stands between you and your manifestation. Because I obviously want him, but it's so difficult now. Why is it difficult? Why is it difficult? Sorry. What does it have to do? Why is it difficult? What makes you think it's difficult? Hi, LK. I can't even read your username, it's so big. Like, I'm in shock, I never thought he would be hanging out with another girl. Well, have you? Really not thought he would be hanging out with another girl? Were you in the state that I'm the only chosen one, I'm the only choice, he cannot do me dirty? Were you actually, if it's to be honest with yourself, were you actually thinking that you were the only choice for him? That you're the prize? Were you actually thinking that you're the best ever? You're the best he ever had? Were you? My SP is always on my mind 24/7. How do I remove him? Well, you remove him by starting and putting focus on yourself. It's not that it's bad, but you don't want to spend 24/7 thinking about your SP. Because when you do have him, you don't think of him 24/7. And analyze your thoughts. How are you thinking of him? Are you thinking of him from the state of, I don't have him, he's such inaccessible, like, I don't think I can ever get him? Or if you want help, get my guide, my Manifest Your Specific Person in 21 Days. It's easy to put focus on yourself. I give you activities of how to put focus on yourself and make yourself the priority. Like she was saying, they kissed last year at New Year's and I kissed him too that day. It doesn't matter. Honestly, it doesn't even matter. Why would you hang on to some circumstances that happened like a month ago? Okay, you've lived the circumstances, now what? Next. What's next? Is there any next in your book, or is the movie paused at the same scenario over and over again? Are you in a loop of manifesting the same scenario over and over again? What says next? What's the next scene? What's the next episode? I persist because he follows random girls, so I put the story, oh, they're random, doesn't mean anything. Put the focus on you. It's not about username. It's not about him following any women. He does follow because he reflects you. Do you think you're worthy of love? Do you think you're chosen? The only choice? Hi, I'm new to this, currently on welfare and want to manifest lots of money to get off it, but not have to work. What can I do? Take a step back and see that money is a concept that lives within you. If it weren't for you, money wouldn't exist in the first place. So you allow money to come into your life because by default you are abundant. So stop engaging yourself in scenarios that say the contrary. Okay? So it's not that you're new to it. I would rather prefer that you would be new so that you wouldn't be filled with lots of wrong information. Thank you, Mrs. Fox. But understand your abundance and accept the fact that money can come through other resources other than work. Okay? CJ books are gold. I know! Especially that you get to keep them and reread them every time. But I saw one girl post in his building, even though I overlooked her. Thank you, cherished mom. How are you, girl? Thank you for the rose. I'm so happy you're here. This is going to be a smooth life. But I saw one girl post in his building, even though I overlooked her and said, "Ma, she's not that cute." I said, "I'm chosen, I'm beautiful, no one compared," and then I see this and I'm sad. Then why are you sad? So if you have identified yourself, if you have claimed yourself to be the only one, how come you can be sad over a circumstance? That means you allow the circumstance to tell you who you are. So if you claimed yourself to be, I have no comparison, I have no competition, I'm the only one, and then you see a circumstance like that in the 3D and then you get triggered, you kind of actually not believe what you are. You don't claim yourself to the end. That's when you persist. That's when you persist by choosing, no, well, I say I'm the only one. I say I'm the only chosen one. I say I'm the priority. How come when I see a circumstance, that's when I should reaffirm that I'm the only one? I shouldn't be bothered by the circumstance. I wouldn't allow the circumstance to make me sad. Why would I allow the circumstance to tell me who I am? That I'm not chosen. Well, at that time I wasn't at that state, but since I discovered a year later, I thought he was only with me. So this is a circumstance that happened a year ago. Are you kidding me, Sari? Are you honestly, is it worth to grasp on this circumstance after a year? Ha ha ha, FSH mug. Hey, Sonia. And I say it's difficult because I want him, but I can't see how I can be with him if my friend also likes him. What does it have to do if your friend likes him? You're God in your reality. Your friend is not God in your reality? What do you mean? Hey, flowers. What to do? Why do you feel horrible? So you would rather give it to your friend? Is that what you're telling me? So you would rather give up on yourself and you would rather give it to your friend because you feel guilty? I don't understand, sorry. What does your friend liking your man have to do with you getting him or not? I don't understand. Could you please explain so I can understand your thinking? I'm not a mind reader. What do you do if you don't see movement with SP and you're losing hope? You never hope in the first place. You decide. It's not about hope, because hope, kind of, to me, hope seems like desperate and needy and waiting on your manifestation. So if you don't see movement, you don't care. You decide it's movement. You understand? So you're not waiting on movement to tell you who you are. You tell it who you are. So you should know that your specific person is yours, regardless whether you have movement of you or not, because movement is like you're waiting for validation, like you're waiting for your 3D to validate you whether you are indeed the operant power of your reality, and that's not what you do here. You've been a victim and you've been waiting for validation from the 3D your whole life. The point of learning of conscious manifesting, it's by understanding that you don't allow the 3D to tell you who you are. You tell it who you are. What do you assume now? You feel horrible. I don't understand why you feel horrible. So you assume that he's yours and you're the only one for him. End of story. Could it be possible that my mind was on a purge yesterday? I don't want you to believe in purges, Sonia. No, you were just in a state you no longer prefer. That's it. It was just a state. So it's not like it was a purge or anything. Don't believe in purges because purges don't feel well. This is a limiting belief, and purges don't feel well. I've been in purges, trust me. Not again. Yeah, but that's crazy how do I say no, I'm the only one when I see that? That's so intimate. Letting someone in his building, how can I reframe that story? So how can you say no, you're the only one? Well, you get stable in your power. You understand you're the only creator of this reality, or do you understand you're the only creator of your reality? That's how you can say no, you're the only one. You understand that you create him and the building and the 3P and everything. You understand you're God of your reality, username. Okay? Set the solid foundation and then you'll understand that you will no longer bother yourself with that. You're judging circumstances and you're making it seem like you have no power, you're powerless, and circumstances are higher than you and bigger than you and above you and they have authority. Like if I want him and I get him, I will feel guilty because how do I tell her she's gonna be mad at me? Well, I'm being a victim right now, I know. But I need an objective point of view. How can I see right now? You want him. Why would you want to go and tell her about it? Like what? Does she have to give you permission for wanting him? He's your man. And in the best case scenario, she finds someone else and she doesn't even care about your dude. You understand? Do you think techniques help you stay in the state? No. I don't think techniques help you stay in the state. I think self-awareness and the desire of no longer being a victim and the desire of having what you want keeps you in the state. And the true knowledge that you are God and you play with states. What perfume do you use? Well, my perfume, the perfume I do love is Acqua di Gio from Giorgio Armani. So it's kind of like fresh, I think. I don't know. What are your thoughts on your dreams being the opposite of what you are manifesting? Dreams don't mean anything unless you do want them to mean anything. So dreams are just an experience. They don't really actually mean anything. So my opinion is you are thinking limited. You are putting yourself under a limitation that is not so great. So dreams are dreams. What do you care? It doesn't mean that if you dream the opposite of your desire, that your desire is not going to come. So I was talking on yesterday live. Instead of trying to convince yourself and insisting in convincing yourself that you are not God, I would want you to start convincing yourself that you are God because you really are. Wait, I want to talk. My girl is. She wants to be talked in. Guess who's back? Back again. Hey, Mary. I'm going from calm to anxiety. Calm to anxiety. How do I get out of these vicious cycles? CJ. Anxiety is fear. So you constantly allow you constantly allow yourself to be wishy-washy in your decision. So how you can get out of this vicious cycle? By deciding you're a grown-up person and that you have control over your states and that states don't control you, because being anxious is a state, is a mindset, and being calm, it's you knowing that um, you got this. So it's a constant dance between your victim mindset and your God self mindset. So get out of these vicious cycles. It's is the answer I would give everyone to every actual question. Simply stop. We are grown-ups. We're not children. We're not 2-year-old children dragged after our parents. They don't drag us by the hand. So we are grown-ups. I think we should stop allowing states to be bigger than us and control us, because they really are not. Because I'm just sad he gave her attention. He doesn't exist. He is a reflection of you. He is not real. He is just a hologram. He cannot do anything unless you unconsciously commanded him to do so. He is you pushed out, which means he is your reflection. He doesn't have a mind of its own. He cannot take any decision of its own. He is at your command. Okay? So if he gave her any attention, it's because at one point in time, you first thought that you weren't going to be good enough for him and that he would search other women and that he has a mind of its own and that he has free will. Okay, so just decide everything turns out perfect with me. Yes. I thought Savage Dior, I don't know. Savage Dior, what is? How do you know if your self-concept is changing? Just curious. This is a perfect question, Amy. You know that your self-concept is changing when you see your reactions towards your 3D world. So when you the same circumstance has a different reaction, and when you have a good self-concept, which means when you have a good image of self, okay, you would react differently though you were have a low image of yourself. So for example, let's just play with the idea that you're in a relationship and you didn't get contact all day from your specific person. You understand your self-concept has shifted when you no longer allow this circumstance, this situation, this no contact for one day. You don't allow it to say, he's going cold on me, I'm sure he's with someone else. So because you do already know you're the best, perfect ever prize, you're the most amazing person in the whole world, that he wouldn't dare to do something against you. He wouldn't dare to lose you. So that's when you understand that you're not getting triggered by circumstances that you were once triggered. Okay? CJ, I love your contact. Keep going. Thank you. Right, I didn't miss them. I was just wondering your perspective. How... How do they feel energy shift in no contact? So they don't feel anything. They reflect your change in self. So when you put your focus on yourself and you start acting and seeing yourself as the prize, it's like, I'm just going to give you, it's like thought transmission. But regardless, they don't have a mind, so what thoughts are you transmitting to? Regardless, they are living inside your head. They are reflections, they are 3D reflections, but they do live within you. So they're not separate from you. So thought transmission would assume that you transmit a thought to something outside of you when they are not outside of you, they are not separate from you. Regardless of that, I'm going to give you an example. Let's just say, for the sake of the example, that you are in no contact and you start saying, I'm the prize, I'm loved, and you start acting and seeing yourself as that, and that he's the most luckiest bastard in the whole world. He will start reflecting that by having thoughts about you and acting upon those thoughts and pursuing you and loving you and making you the priority, because when you affirm you're the prize, he will affirm you're the prize also. Understand? So that's how the energy shift in no contact. But I feel like you're doing no contact for manipulation of the 3D. So if you're doing no contact in order to get them to commit to you, because this is the latest manipulation technique you've seen on YouTube or TikTok, then no, I don't advise you to do that. Hi, mommy. Hi, Felicia, mommy. Hi. Will you find a spot? Hi, mommy. Hi, Felicia. Hi. Bravo. 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 So that's how they feel the energy shift. Hey Mary, what is the best way to manifest based on making a decision versus convincing my subconscious? Okay, Dizzy. Your subconscious is already convinced. You don't have to convince your subconscious mind, because only saying I have to convince my subconscious mind is putting the subconscious mind to be responsible whether you're going to get your manifestation or not. So you're separating yourself from the subconscious mind, and you're making the subconscious mind be a false god. And you say, I have to convince my subconscious mind, otherwise I won't get my manifestation. So regardless, it's not the best way to manifest making a decision or convincing my subconscious. You are making the decision that you need to convince your subconscious mind in order to manifest. So everything is a decision. Even the decision of I have to impress my subconscious mind, it is not about convincing. You don't have to convince anything. Like, you don't have to convince yourself. You never convinced yourself of half of the things you already manifested unconsciously, so you manifested them by default. Do you have to convince yourself the sky is blue? No. So it's not about convincing yourself or reprogramming the subconscious mind, because if you do that, you will start working in a logical human way and not in a spiritual way. And I'm teaching you the spiritual way, the way of God, which is you are everything, you are all powerful. So why would you address yourself to a part of yourself, making it responsible for your manifestations? So the best way to manifest is making a decision, because you do make a decision regardless. Hey Elaine. Hey Swarua. Hey Goddess Claudia. Mickey Mouse. I think ashwagandha really helps me with being more detached. What do you think? I think you found yourself a perfect placebo. Everything is just a placebo. So ashwagandha is a placebo. So if I start assuming that every time I scratch my ear, I get my manifestation, this is going to be just a placebo. But what manifests is the assumption, the belief behind the placebo that you've made. Okay? So if you found it easy to help yourself with 3D objects, do so. You're my guest, why not? We're supposed to make this fun and easy. We're not supposed to overthink and over micromanage every single detail. I manifested you being alive. Oh my god, yes. Why, after listening to affirmation tapes, I stopped thinking about my SP during the tape? Well, this is for you to ask yourself. There might be many reasons, infinite reasons for why that. And everything is the assumption. What is the assumption that you have? It's literally like you're asking me to guess your mind and to see why, after listening to affirmation tapes, I stopped thinking about my SP. This is a circumstance and it probably manifested from your desire. Maybe someday you had a desire to not think about your SP anymore, and now that's how it manifested. Then you blame it on the tapes because of the tapes. Savage's badass perfume. Okay, I'll try it. Hey Ashley. I'm in a divorce and my husband came to pick some items. Court date in April. But how do I ignore 3D? You don't ignore the 3D. You accept the 3D that is doing everything to please you. You don't ignore the 3D. So, you don't need to ignore the 3D. You just need to stop thinking that the 3D is against you or that the circumstance could hurt you. You understand chocolate cakes? He didn't call me today. Oh, fuck me. Did you read the conversations people have here? Today he didn't call me. I'm so anxious now. I don't know how to get rid of anxiety. Sonia, you have to get stable in the knowing your God. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to keep your manifestation. I'm sorry. This is the honest truth. This is the harsh truth. You obviously have given him so much power and you do believe he has free will. Go back to the fundamentals. But to be honest, guys, I do tell you what to do, but if you don't want to do it, it's okay. It will click when it will click. I cannot force you to understand the law. I'm sorry. You're absolutely right. However, when you've been in the same mindset for so long, sometimes it's a bit... Yes, I understand that you might find excuses, but it's an honest decision. Like, do you really want to keep eating your own vomit, or do you want to start getting healthy food, like getting the food that you deserve? Is this kind of decision. So I cannot imagine an excuse that it's hard. I'd rather be in heaven than be in hell, to be honest. No one is forcing you, and no one is keeping a gun to your head and telling you, no, you cannot have this. Bengal power is not about detaching and locking in the present moment, because even if she detaches and locks in the present moment, what will happen is that she's giving too much power to circumstances, and she doesn't understand that her specific person doesn't have free will. She doesn't understand she's God. So detaching, she can detach all she wants. She cannot detach from the state that she is right now. My SP is getting better. He's becoming closer to me. Suarua, I'm so happy for you, girl. I'm so happy for you. Perfect. Nikki, I love in our conversation is just knowing because you are the most amazing. Yes. Persisting in that, but how to stop all 3P forever? By understanding that you have no competition because you're the only thinker, you're the only one in the room, so there is no one else. No one else is alive. No one else. You're the only survivor. Does God have any kind of competition? Like, are you in a competition with your shadows? This is how to stop all 3P forever, by understanding that nothing is against you. Everything is for you. Through you. Everything exists for you. If I say she misses her ex, why would you say that she misses her ex? Why would you do that to yourself? You look beautiful today. Thank you, Goddess Claudia. You look handsome today. I always look handsome. Thank you, girls. Why are my negative assumptions? Wait. Why are my negative automatic assumptions playing in my mind feel so true? Because you've been in a habit of believing them and trusting them, and you have so much proof. But you don't understand that you were the one manifesting the proof and not the assumption, you understand? You were unconsciously choosing the assumption, but now you have a choice. Now you have the power to choose different. My baby girl is lying on the carpet. What's a baby boo? What's a baby boo? You don't want to leave my side? Okay. You want scratches? If you want scratches, you have to stand up. I cannot reach to you. Okay, it feels hard to think newer thoughts because there's no belief in the new thoughts. But that's where the quote, be still and know that your God came from, because thoughts are just thoughts. You're not your thoughts. You're bigger than any thoughts. And thoughts, to be honest, don't have the power to manifest. You selecting them and believing in the truth and believing that that scenario is the only possible scenario, no other scenario. So the worst case scenario is the only scenario that's possible. That's what makes the assumption manifest. Guys, give me a favor. Please tap the screen so that the live will reach further for you pages. Let's give it a likes. Is it true when we are in the end state we are not bothered anymore? It's true that when you reach the highest level of being aware that you're source, thank you for the likes, guys. Thank you so much. Is it true that when we are in the end state, we're not bothered anymore? It's not about being in the end state per se, it's about being aware that you're God. And you won't be bothered about anything because you will understand that everything is just an experience and you give it the meaning whether it's a good experience or a bad experience. So, in the end state of being God, yes, in the knowing that you're God, because you don't have only one desire. You don't only have the desire for marriage. You also have other desires. Everything is a desire per se. It's not that I have this one desire and I'm going to live in the end of this one desire. You also have other desires. Did you create us in your life? Yes, and you created me. Yes, and you created me. Yes, Devi. We only intermingle with versions of the same consciousness. The anxiety is usually a sign to detach or it will get worse. Well, not actually. It's like you're trying to bangle power. This is a good thought, but it's like you're trying to throw away a fear with another fear. So anxiety, it will get worse. It's a sign to detach or it will get worse. No, anxiety is just a state. It's just a mood. It's not even a state, it's a mood. I can be married and I can still be anxious. What does this have to do with my marriage? Mommy. So why would I allow a mood of anxiety to ruin my manifestations? Why would I allow it to control me? For 3B, I say she misses her ex and not like my SP. Don't worry about yourself. Good night, Claudia. Don't worry yourself about the 3P. What do you care about the 3P? Why do you give it any attention? You care about you and your specific person. Thank you, wish fulfilled. Do you just imagine what you want is yours and then drop it and carry on, or keep imagining it? To be honest, everything is imagination. So you say, do I visualize it? That what I want is mine? I cannot visualize shit. And I'm not going to force myself to visualize because visualization is just a technique. And drop it and carry on. I kind of do the order thing, like order it from the restaurant and then go about my life. You're tired? Guys, no one can fill your cup except you. You are the prize. SP is a non-character player. Yes, NPC. Forgot about that. Hi, Pame. Pame, Mr. Hi. Hi, Mr. Hi. Hi, Tabis, Mr. Hi, Mike. Hi, hi, hi. Hi, Nadia, hi. Hi, Hi. Hi, Mike. Hi. Wow. My dog went to bed. I can finally get on with my life. You're so confident. I love it. Was it instant for you or it came with time? It came with time. I was in a way always confident that everything works out for me, but this level of confidence came with time because I was too tired of manifesting hell for myself. I know you guys know what I'm doing. I'm smoking. We're gonna be chill today so that everyone gets their question answered. We're not gonna get in a rush. If I want to manifest a few things at a time, can I just say everything is perfect? Yes. This is how you go about manifesting multiple things at the same time. You say, my life is exactly how I want it to be. My life is wonderful. I get everything I want. I get everything I desire. Everything works out for me. Everything is perfect. Nothing to worry about. No wonder I like you if I created you. Your lives help so much. Thank you, Self-Concept by Stevie. So if we create everything, how come there's so much detail in our life we've never thought of? I never said it was a conscious creation. Creation is already finished before you even came and embody this human body. So much detail. Realize how wonderful and amazing you are to create it with so much detail, right? The trees, the birds. You guys haven't realized how powerful you are, have you? And how amazing you are. And how wonderful it is to have created all of this and to play in your own game. Yeah. Once you realized how much detail you put into it and how powerful and amazing you are, you're gonna be on the fucking pedestal. But most of them prefer to chase a specific person and don't give a fuck about their power. It's almost not worth being with SP. If we have anxiety, the feeling is not worth it. Yes, but the feeling is not from the SP. The SP cannot give you the feeling. The SP can't actually give you any feeling, but the reflection of who you already are and the body connection. That's all you get from SP. Like all around us, it's not that I don't believe, just seeking clarity. Because why is there a 3P to even be there? Because you do believe there is a competition. You do believe you have competition and you do believe the other person has options. I got my life restricted for tobacco. Who cares? Does it mean I can smoke freely right now? It's forbidden for some followers. Wait, let me see what I got the restriction for. For some audience. Okay. I don't care. I'm going to appeal. Who cares? Thank you, Alice. Thank you guys for liking the live. It got restricted regardless. Who cares? I'm not gonna close it. If I wanted to manifest winning something, do I say I'm gonna win or I already won? If you want to manifest winning something, you want to go with not affirming for the experience itself. You would want to go for affirming for who you are. Like, I'm the winner. I always win. You want to refer to yourself, not to the experience in itself. So that's how you manifest winning. That's how you manifest everything, to be honest. By referring to self, by referring to the self-image. I claim myself to be a winner. You don't affirm for the experience. So you don't think about the time or get impatient or anything. I tend to struggle with that. I do get impatient at times. Don't believe I'm perfect. Thank you, Lane. But I don't get impatient about getting impatient. Understand? It's not that I don't struggle. I might struggle, but I could struggle for 2 minutes or so. Then I don't struggle anymore. Because I've understood that It's a mood, like being impatient, it's a mood. It doesn't say who I am. I could be impatient, but I don't allow it to say that I'm not gonna get my manifestation. So if he's in another country and 3P, I just demanded in my hand that we'll break up and he will. It's not about him breaking up, it's about claiming him to be yours, because if he's yours, can there even be a 3P in the middle? So if I say my car is mine, I'm the owner of my car, can there be any other owner of my car? You understand? So it's not about you affirming that he splits up with the 3P, because it's not about him breaking up with the third party. Because if you don't change your image of self and if you don't assume that you are the only choice, he will break up with this third party, but he will get himself another third party. You understand? So it's about understanding that you are the chosen one. It's not about intermingling with what he has or doesn't have. You don't care about that. You change self. You change image of self. You assume you are the prize. You assume you are the only one. You assume you are the only thinker. That you have no competition. That he is yours and only yours. And even this affirmation that he's mine and only mine brings kind of a competition in it. But let's not think logical. So when you assume he's mine, end of story. If he's yours, he cannot be anyone else's. You understand? So you don't focus on the third party. You don't affirm for them to break up. You affirm for yourself, because you are source. Tap on the screen, people. Yes, I got restricted. Can you please talk about the universe not having its own free will in our lives? What is there to talk, flowers? There's nothing to talk about, only to apply. So no matter how information you guys absorb, if you don't apply, nothing is going to change. Guys, stop the tap. Stop the tap and stop asking questions. I want to answer all the questions that have been addressed, because I want to close the live. I got a restriction. I'm going to close the live and then I'm going to go live again. So stop asking any more questions. You'll ask questions in the next session, which will be after I end with these questions. So talking about the universe having its own free will, it's about you doing reverse engineering and understanding that there is no universe outside of you. You are the universe. You are the universe looking at itself. No, don't do that. Shut up. Will this be on YouTube? You said something so good I want to write it down. Yes, it will be on YouTube. I found out so much about myself for the last month. I tell myself I'm beautiful every day because I am. Yes, Nikki, and your God. Don't ask me any more questions and don't do taps, because I'm going to end the live and I'm going to get live again. Shut up, Bobby, please. Don't mess with my energy. I'm in a good vibration right now. Oh, fuck, with the vibrations. I'm vibrating. Tap and buy books. Oh, come on, Mrs. Fox. Okay, so self-concept, yes. It's all about where you put your awareness. Not actually, it's all about who you identify with. Because I have my awareness all over the place. So I'm aware of so many things. It doesn't mean that I identify with them. I have to tell you guys, AJ's books are worth to buy. Thank you, Wish Fulfilled. I'm going to pin this. You're so sweet. Had successes from yesterday's life when you told me I have more power than the old story. A friend of mine saw SP and he told her he stopped drinking since January, so alcohol is gone. I'm powerful. Of course you are. You know that alcohol is a third party also, don't you? Okay, thank you guys. I'm gonna close. I'm gonna be back in 10 seconds.